Congratulations to Manchester City. They'll be coming back down to the pitch directly behind us. They'll be lifting the trophy one more time, along with all of the pyrotechnics and so forth. So as we wait for that, I need to ask, the future of Pep Guardiola very, very much up in the air. He's sort of deflected and dismissed any talk about his own future. But where do you feel, Frank, first and foremost? Where do you think his future lies?
He can do what he wants, can't he? You know, he can get on that horse and ride off into the sunset. He's a Premier League legend as a manager. You know, he's right up there with Alex Ferguson as far as I'm concerned. You know, with not only what he's won in this country, but the culture of football. He's changed football, you know, with the style of play. He's changed football in this country, so he can do what he wants. If he wants to carry on for another couple of years, he'll be welcomed and it'll be a privilege to continue to watch.
But I don't think the question is what the club wants. It's very much up to him. So what do you think Pep Guardiola wants?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people are talking as if he's decided already what he's going to do, and it's some sort of secret. I'm not sure. He might not know himself. He might literally be waiting to see how the season finishes and then make his actual decision. I'm not sure he knows in a minute, because it is going to be an absolutely huge decision for him. But he's like, as Frank said, he's very much in control of his own destiny. It'll be what he wants to do, what's right for him. I mean, I did think, and there was a lot of talk, I thought he was probably going to go, but now I'm not so sure. I don't know, I just can't imagine Man City without him, to be honest.
It's just that you look at how long he's been here. We're coming up on 10 years almost. He lasted 4 years as the head coach of Barcelona. He was 3 years at Bayern. I mean, this is by far, by some distance, the longest stretch he's been at a club.
Yeah, and that's a credit to how good the Premier League is. And I think especially how competitive it is. I think when you're at Barcelona, you've got one rival, Real Madrid, that you've got to beat every year. I think Pep's had, you know, different challenges throughout his time at the club. You know, he's had the periods of the Man Uniteds, the Liverpools, the Chelseas, that he's had to see them all off, hasn't he? And he's done quite a good job of it. That's probably what's kept him going in this country. Yeah.
We can barely hear each other right now because directly behind us the fireworks are going off, the streamers are out, the players are celebrating. But here's the key part. Manchester City don't have time to celebrate, do they? Because in a few days, they're going to play Bournemouth. They're going to focus back on the Premier League.
Absolutely, and they will do. You know, this is not the first trophy this group of players have won. I think, talking about Pep earlier, it hurt him last season not winning anything. And he's had his dominance, won 4 in a row, won a Champions League at Man City. But this is almost like a bit of a rebuild, a new team. So for him to step away now, I don't know, I think he might struggle to do it. So I think he's really enjoyed this season. He's seen his team come back. If they don't win the Premier League, they've been very, very competitive and taking it to the wire. I'm not sure.
Kit, we love to see more of you facing the camera.
Sorry.
We do as much as we like your side profile, face on is always better. When you look though at Pep Guardiola, should he leave? What has been his greatest achievement at Manchester City? Was it the Centurions? Was it the 4P? Was it the fact that he got a treble? What does it come down to? What is his best achievement? Because he's done so much.
It's really, really difficult question to answer. You know, he's probably the one that would be able to tell you what satisfied him the most. Me personally, doing the treble is like unbelievable, and I would, from afar, that would be my answer. He might go for something totally different. It might be the first trophy he ever won at the club. You never know what that could be. So yeah, it's a difficult one to answer. But for me, his greatest achievement in football in this country has been the style of play that he's brought. He's changed the culture.
That's his legacy here.
That's his legacy for me.
What is his greatest achievement for you? Because the treble's been done, but the 4 Premier League trophies in a row, that's never been done. He's the first.
I think breaking the records, but it is the collective. It's the whole thing, what he's done at this football club in the last 10 years. And like Frank said, what he's done for football in general, and football in this country in general, has been absolutely incredible, and that's what will make him the proudest, I think.
Do you think there's ever been a manager as influential in terms of philosophy as Pep Guardiola has been in this country? Can you name anybody as influential in terms of philosophy?
Not for the philosophy, I don't think. No, I mean, Sir Alex was incredible at Manchester United, and he kept changing things and tweaking things and moving with the times, and did an incredible job there. But for actual philosophy in general, possibly not. No, I think Pep's probably, again, written a new chapter about that.
It's just that when I think about his future, and he might very well stay, but there's been a lot of rumours that one person that could come in and replace him is a former Chelsea manager, Enzo Maresca, who was with Pep at City, and he has effectively confirmed that talks did occur. Nothing concrete. Can you see Maresca in charge of the Citizens, Frank?
I think that's the job he really, really wants. Obviously, you've touched on the fact that he's been at City, he knows the club, he knows the culture, could probably take the club on forward. He's had the experience of being at Chelsea, which that will keep him in good stead if and when he does get the Man City job. But again, those talks are off the back of what Pep wants to do. And that's the power that he's got in English football right now. That you've got someone waiting with the pedigree that he's got for his job. So it'd be interesting to see what happens.
I mean, if it is to be Maresca, I think the Chelsea players were, from what you hear, were very disappointed to see him go. Yeah. I think they really liked the job he was doing there, the work he was doing, the style. It was obviously a bit of a falling out with people up above. So coming into City, where he sort of he understands the philosophy of the football club and what they're looking to try and achieve, and I think he'd be on board with that. It would be a better fit.
All right, I'm going to tweak your body to give you your best angle again. There we go. I'm sorry, kid. We do love to see you face on. That's the thing. We do love to see you face on. But if it's not Maresca, can you think of anybody else who could come in and attempt to fill the shoes of Pep Guardiola? Because those are size 15 shoes right there.
Yeah, the only one that probably comes to mind straight away for me is someone, again, that's had a taste of it at Chelsea, a Frank Lampard, with what he's done at Coventry. Could he step into the shoes? They're going to be hard shoes to fill, regardless of whoever it is. But I could see Frank Lampard maybe as a future manager of Man City, obviously played there as well. You know, with the way that he's turned around his reputation as a coach, that could be a possible one. But like I said, it's going to be a difficult act to follow.
Okay, we'll wait and see. And maybe, if they do win the Premier League, which is, if we're honest, a bit unlikely, it's most likely going to go to Arsenal. But if he doesn't win it, maybe he wants to go out on a high. Maybe he wants to go out with one last Premier League trophy and he will stay. His contract expires next year, not this year. Can you see that within the realm of possibility? And if he does win it, maybe he thinks job's done.
Well, it's definitely him staying anyway is a possibility with this exciting sort of new City team that he's built. We spoke about Gay and Semenyo coming in January. They've made the team and the club a lot better, definitely those two players. And he's been excited by that, what he's seeing, the likes of Cherky in there as well. He'll be very excited and it'll be a tough, for him to step away will be really difficult.
Or maybe he's setting it up for the next managers as the success continues, maybe.